How curious. The shadow of Gotham has crossed galaxies to sit before me on Titan. You are not a conqueror, not a soldier of empires. Your presence here is not war, it is inquiry. So tell me, Batman, why does a mortal draped in fear seek out the mad Titan? What riddle compels you to my ruined throne?
I came because sacrifice has been spoken of as your creed. You reduced universes by half and called it mercy. In Gotham, sacrifice means broken bones and long nights. I bleed so others don't, but your version of sacrifice is scale beyond comprehension. I need to understand how you define it. How does taking from billions equal giving to existence?
You misunderstand me. I did not revel in the culling, I endured it. Sacrifice for the greater good is not charity, it is correction. Overpopulation was entropy incarnate. Without intervention, life itself devours life until nothing remains. I sacrificed choice to preserve possibility. Mercy is selective. Survival must be absolute. That is the truth few are willing to hold.
Yet you speak of survival as though it were a ledger, an equation balanced by subtraction. In Gotham, every life taken by force becomes a wound that breeds more violence. You say you endured, but you appointed yourself judge of the galaxy. Sacrifice must begin with the self Thanos. Otherwise, it's not sacrifice at all. It's imposition wrapped in mathematics.
Would you prefer chaos dictate who survives? Nature has no mercy, Batman. Whole species collapse without a whisper. I brought symmetry where there would have been ruin. You champion choice, but choice has always been reckless, short-sighted. My hand was heavy, yes, but my vision endured. Can you deny that order arose from my act, no matter the horror of the moment?
Order built on slaughter is not order. It is silence mistaken for peace. You gave no one the dignity of their own choice. Gotham's criminals make the same claim. They kill to prevent worse outcomes, and yet all they leave is ruin. The greater good cannot be engineered by the few deciding who deserves to exist. Real sacrifice is shouldered, not imposed. You remove yourself from the blade you demand others to fall on.
Do not mistake me for exempt. I gave more than you comprehend. My daughter, the one I cherished most, I surrendered her life for the Soul Stone. I carried grief as my companion and accepted exile as my throne. I do not speak from comfort. I speak from loss. The architect must stand while the structure rises, but do not think I escape pain.
I know pain, Titan. I was forged in it. But losing those I love did not license me to condemn millions. The difference between us is in responsibility. You chose who would fall, and you called it balance. I endure what I lose, and I carry it as burden. That is sacrificey to absorb the weight into your own shoulders, not scatter it across others like a butcher dividing portions.
You elevate pain into virtue, but pain is not enough to save a universe. Your wounds feed only Gotham. My choices sustained life across galaxies. You call me butcher, yet I see myself as gardener. A harvest hurts, but without pruning, the tree dies. The greater good cannot be preserved by sentiment. It demands a hand that does not tremble.
A gardener who cuts until half the garden is gone no longer preserves it. He mutilates it into obedience. Potential dies with every life you erased. You believe yourself inevitable, but inevitability is just imagination hardened into cruelty. The greater good is not pruning. It is endurance. The refusal to let any branch wither, no matter the exhaustion. That is where meaning leaves.
Perhaps you mistake exhaustion for triumph. I have watched civilizations rise and collapse endlessly, each believing they could endure without sacrifice. They all fall. My hand ended the cycle. You speak of potential, but potential without boundaries is merely chaos deferred. Hope is a luxury of your city's rooftops. Out here, only survival decides truth. My path may be cruel, but it is lasting.
And yet you miss the truth in front of you. Survival without humanity is hollow. A universe may endure under your balance, but it would endure stripped of meaning, reduced to numbers and void of choice. I did not come here to agree, Thanos. I came to understand. And now I do. Your sacrifice is not for the greater good. It is only for order. And order without justice is another word for tyranny.